The interest of the youth towards the forthcoming elections has been overwhelming. Indeed, every true compatriot wants a better Nigeria. Here in the Rivers State House in the FCT Abuja, the youth wing of the South-South community is having a town hall meeting to discuss how to reposition the South-South youth towards economic development.
Because the youth of the South-South has started something, they have laid a foundation which should be built on. With this, we are sure of unity, we are sure of better unity, we are sure of oneness. We now have hope that the multiculturalism that is in South-South cannot become formidable, so that we cannot confront whatever region, not in fight this time, but so that we can also now show who we are.
The way they act today, I'm very, very happy for what I witnessed. And I believe that God Almighty will answer them. With the power of God, I believe they attack it, they will get it. If at all they can work exactly what I seen today, I believe that all over the world will listen to them. But what belongs to Caesar, belongs to Caesar. They now have to make sure that they deliver it and give it what belongs to them. I believe that God will impact them to make sure that they go forward.
Nigerian youth forms the larger chunk of the population ever. At every stage of the nation's consciousness, they have been the fate deciders, the makers and marrers of circumstances, the sellers and buyers of our fortune, traders and traitors of our existence as a people.
The youths should take up their rights and take up their position and take up their right of place in Nigerian political atmosphere. They have been there, they are still there, and they will continue to be there because they form the largest population of the electorates. Even in a country where we have 74% of youths, then they are the deciding factor for the electoral victory. If they can decide themselves, go committed to it, take their action that are required of them, they should be able to decide who becomes their leader.
Today, the youth have demonstrated their zeal to become a better Nigeria.
The South-South is made up of 6 states, and there's usually, because of the multiplicity of ethnic groups, there are mutual suspicions and then the doubts that if actually we could come together and unite. But so far, you can see from what we have seen today, we are gradually coming together, and we'll do more to ensure that the South-South come together and to be able to speak in one voice so that we can, in unity, we can fight all forms of marginalization and make a better deal and good engagement for our people.
We have seen all these years that agitations and militancy, the militant approach to agitations, has really not given us the best of what we require from the negotiating tables. And so this time around, considering the fact that 2023 election is around the corner, we felt it was good to change the narratives among the youths to ensure that going before 2023, when politicians start canvassing for votes, committing individuals to one form of negotiation or the other, the youth should be able to negotiate reasonably and ensure that it is about economic prosperity.
This year, from this summit, we've gotten a message, a good message that we need to tell out to the entire youth of the nation, which we tag Operation BB. BB, ballot, not bullet. So the ballot here is your PVC. Pick your PVC and you have picked your ballot. Bullet is the gun. We are not ready to shoot. Gone are those days when the South-South youth are being tagged as nuisance, as kidnappers, as youth who are not ready to forge ahead. But this time around, we want to be an ambassadors of peace.
Let's hear the views of other people.
When it comes to election of the South-South, especially the South-South youths, that is why we have seen us organizing a town hall meeting today, which is different from any other town hall. And we have 2023 in focus. Why? Because we want a free and fair election. We want a peaceful election. We want an election that we can truly see that the youth took position and we are happy with our decision.
We don't want recycled politicians any longer. They've been preaching to us. We are leaders of tomorrow, we are leaders of tomorrow. People who led my father, my mother, my senior brothers, now they are leading me and they want to lead my own children. No, it's not going to work. So the way we're going to get our PVC ready, then change the narrative.
Youth need to wake up. Youth need to defend who they are. They need to come out plain and say no to violence. Youth need to make sure no leader should outcast them. We should be outspoken. We should know our rights.
Sensitizing our people, the need for us to cast our votes, go to the polling units, either here, if you are registered here, vote. If you are going home, travel home, because 2023 is a decisive factor in the political equation of this country. Therefore, it is time for us to make our voices heard by casting our vote and voting for the right candidate that has the interests of the South people at heart.
The most important thing, election is not do or die affair. So most important thing is that the youth must take charge. Take charge simply means that not in terms of current arms, but in terms of applying diplomacy, in terms of bringing out orientation program to orientate our people, both most especially in typical communities where they need proper understanding about what election is all about. This is not time of election, go to election ground and vote, but we must protect ourselves in the sense that we must also work accordingly with the laid down rule of the country to make sure that at the end of the process we get it right.
The youth should certainly know that the future is in their hands, and Nigeria as a nation cannot get it right if the youths themselves are not getting it right. And so it is a challenge for the youth to approach political governance and regional expectations, to approach it with more reasonable forms of negotiation.
And the Niger Delta youth should always preach peace among themselves, irrespective of your language, your community, and your state you come from. As far as the Niger Delta national interest is concerned, we must pull ourselves together and be united to make sure we get it right at this time.
At this point, Nigerians cannot afford any further violence, as the youth are now ready to choose the ballots and not the bullets in the 2023 general elections. I am Nsidibe, reporting for 9 News Nigeria.
Thank you.